Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlchase.com. Today I want to talk about why you shouldn't panic around beautiful women. But I want to say first, you should be excited. A lot of dating advice is going to be centered around, she's really hot, you don't want to seem like a nervous noob, and if you like her too much or seem too excited, then she's going to think you're a loser and you're a fan, not a guy she wants to fuck. And you should treat her just like a normal human being or even below you because you should be alpha and strong. There's merit to that. It's not wrong, right? If you go up to a beautiful woman and you're really nervous to talk to her, she might be a bit like, he's just like every other guy who gets intimidated by my looks. But there is some human fucking element to that. You can be a little bit nervous around a beautiful girl because guess what? She's probably a little bit nervous around you too. If she's attracted to you, if you're at least at her minimum attraction level, like she finds you either physically attractive or your behaviors, right? Even if you're not like stunningly good looking, you can still dress nice and have a good body, take care of your skin, have a good haircut, whatever. And then you can have behaviors that are very sexy. You walk up to her and you seem quite confident, right? No one is truly 100% confident. Everyone is always wondering if they are appearing nervous because they are a little bit nervous. If they're wondering if they're appearing weird, strange, if they're not speaking in the best way that they can, if they don't have the best body language. Everyone is insecure as fuck. I promise you this. I don't care who they are. They could be a celebrity. They could be the best seducer in the world. They're still a little bit nervous, insecure, and not totally at ease. But with experience, you definitely get more at ease, right? So instead of being this percentage nervous, you lose a lot over the years and you're going to be relatively calm, but there's always going to be a little bit to you, a little bit of nervousness to you. And we have to realize that she's also going to feel the same way. That's why you don't have to be so extremely like, hey, what's up? You're really pretty. Or no, you shouldn't compliment her. Hey, cool. Yeah. There is some goodness. There is some seductive efficiency to being able to stand in front of a beautiful girl and keep eye contact with her. But there's times when, there's a little bit of like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing this, where are you from? And you can kind of look around. You don't have to be constantly like, it is sexy, but there is room for a little bit of vulnerability and a little bit of imperfection here when it comes to your nerves. And I suggest that you be excited about beautiful girls. There is something very, very special to you being, wow, you're just really pretty. And then her going, thank you. You're already confident enough to her for the fact that you were able to deliver that compliment with a non-needy excitement. You're really pretty. Wow, you're really beautiful. That genuine sincerity of excitement and interest and curiosity and lust is very, very, very attractive. So I suggest you be excited, but not panicked. Now, how do we get you to not panic? I can't just tell you something, you're not gonna be panicked, I'm sorry. I know you're here and you're like, give me some motivational hoorah fucking speech, and that's not gonna work. Sorry, never heard of anyone doing that. Don't think it's possible. And if you think it's possible, it's usually just a placebo effect, and then you go into the field and then maybe you have a slight percentage increase in your confidence, but then it goes down because it's reality and you're not gonna be able to fake your way into it, right? So the only way that you're not gonna panic around beautiful women is you get experience around them. It's a bit paradoxical though. How the fuck do I get experience if I'm panicking around them? Well, you're just gonna have to get used to panicking around them until you get used to just being around them, and then your panic will slowly subside. If you wanna start taking cold showers because it's healthy every day, the first time's gonna fucking suck. You walk into that shower and you're like, oh fuck, this is gonna be horrible. You go in and you're just like, oh, fuck this shit. And you get it off after the first 10 seconds, right? Then the next day you try it again. You spend a little bit more time in the shower, a little bit more time in the shower. I've been taking cold showers pretty much consistently every day for about 6 years. Yeah, I remember I started doing them in 2013. And it's paid off. It's very good for my skin. It's very good for waking up. It's good for your circulation. A lot of health benefits, but it sucked at first. Same thing with being with beautiful women. When you walk into that icy cold environment of nervousness, you're basically shivering, right? You're cold as shit, but you're emotionally cold. And then she might actually be cold too, but cold like bitchy cold. And she'll be like looking at you and be like, hey, you're really pretty. And she's like, thank you, appreciate it. And then turns back to her friends. You're like, oh, fuck. It's okay, get it. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Even when I was actually pretty good at seduction, I remember I moved out to California and I started working at a pretty ritzy nightclub. And so I was used to beautiful women, but this was in San Diego, California, where all the beautiful people go, right? It's kind of like LA light. I actually prefer it to LA. I was growing up in the Midwest. Beautiful girls, right? Small town, nice college. You had your occasional stunner. That's fine, I got some experience. But then I went to the big leagues. These are the Instagram models, the girls who are considered some of the most beautiful women in the world, right? There's a certain cap of beautiful women, right? This girl might be, there's girls on the street walking around that are more beautiful than your celebrity Hollywood crush. You just haven't met this girl yet, but you see the girl, the crush on television and movies all the time, so you develop like an attachment to her. But really, there is only a certain level of hotness, right, that you can achieve with diminishing returns at some point, especially considering particular tastes. So when I was around these girls who were just fucking stunningly beautiful, I'm just like, wow, okay. I was able to have conversations with them and I was able to flirt with them and get some flirting back, but I wasn't quite at that level where they're like, yeah, I want to suck your dick. I kind of got close a few times, but for the most part, I was kind of washing out with these super, super high quality girls. And then what happened though, is because I was spending time around them, then I would meet girls outside of them, like through day game or night game, and they're not in my social circle and they're not working with me. And because I trained with these girls basically by spending time around them and getting experience, I started to not panic when I was around these other beautiful women. Because like I said, just because she puts on makeup and puts a good Instagram filter and maybe is in a little bit better shape, she's only maybe a couple percentages hotter than this girl that I met on the street, right? This girl is actually more naturally beautiful. She can wake up in the morning and be just as beautiful as the girl when she has all the makeup on. And then I started sleeping with these stunning women that I met because I was able to not be nervous around them and panic around them because I got experience with these girls. So the solution is that you're gonna probably fuck up with this girl and this girl and this girl and this girl and this girl, but the experience of being around these beautiful women is going to train you to be with these other women. And what that experience is gonna teach you is, one, they're human beings. I remember I was talking to one of the dancers, one of the go-go dancers, fucking stunning fucking body, and she's like, yeah, I'm in engineering school, so she's smart too. And so she said to me though, there was a kind of a pause in a conversation and she kind of looked at me and she's like, you know, I kind of get nervous whenever I come to work. And I was like, why? And she said, well, I'm just really socially awkward. And here I am like, wow, you're just this stunning girl. But because men are really blinded by beauty for a variety of reasons, we get focused on that and then lose the fact that, oh, she's a human being with her own like life and insecurities and dreams and hopes and fears and everything like that. And so she's a human being, and so there's a good chance that she is insecure and has flaws. And what that does is, when we meet someone who's really high value and then we see them in a moment of weakness, it kind of makes us feel better because it's like, oh, you're not this perfect human being and I don't have to live up to your standard. You're still an amazing human being, but oh my God, at least you're fucking human. Thank God, like I don't feel like such a piece of shit. It makes us feel better. And so you're gonna get these experiences spending a lot of time around beautiful women, and then you're going to feel better about yourself. And then also you need to keep improving yourself, right? You can't just get experience around these beautiful women and then all of a sudden you're gonna fuck them. It's gonna make you more calm around them, but then you still have to execute your game, okay? So you're still gonna have to be improving yourself in every way that you can. Improve your charm, improve your ability to have a conversation, and also be improving your physique, improving your fashion, improving your eye contact, and be improving your fundamentals, and then your game. And then when you have the experience around them, you're gonna be able to, it's kind of like if you know how to fight, but you haven't been in a real fight before, you're probably gonna have to get in a few real fights to, for your training to actually be able to express itself in the fight. Because you can have perfect form when you're sparring because you know it's chill, but then a street fight comes and you freeze up. Or you go to an amateur MMA fight and you freeze up. But in training, you're much more free. So you combine the two, the experience, keep working on game, right? You keep watching this channel, you keep learning all the ins and outs of game, subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna develop a good process. You need to develop a process that works to get girls. Now we have a process available for you. It's in the description below. It's called One Date, and it'll teach you how to meet a girl no matter how beautiful. And you're gonna be able to get her number, get her out on a date, take her on the date, take her home, fuck her, and turn her into a girlfriend all in one date. But that's going to become a lot easier once you get a lot of experience with women, so you're just gonna have to keep approaching these women. That's really just the only fucking solution I can give you, I'm sorry. The only possible little mental hacks that you can do right now is actively look for flaws, like she's really beautiful, but what's human about her? Now, some people might say, you shouldn't bring other people down to make yourself feel better. Well, it kind of works. Sorry, you know, it doesn't sound very pleasant and doesn't sound fucking zen, but it's actually very practical. So look for some flaws, right? She's really beautiful, but she, you know, she's fucking stupid. Or she's really beautiful, but I didn't notice she kind of has cross eyes. She's really sexy, but I noticed that she probably got some plastic surgery, right? There's just some things that you can do observationally to make her more human. Then, to make sure that you don't panic through experience, you're gonna have to calibrate your behaviors. Maybe you can't fix the mind yet because you need experience to change the mind. The mind takes a lot of time to fix, but you can at least in the meantime control your body, right? Now this isn't faking, this is just discipline. So when you're around her, you're really nervous, be like, okay, I'm gonna have a rule for myself. When I'm around a beautiful girl like this, I'm gonna have to take breaths between each sentence. So, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Well, I'm doing pretty good. A pause, right? Yeah, I was just heading to work and I saw you and you looked really beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So, what are you studying or what do you do for work, right? See, give pauses to yourself. That'll allow you to compensate for your lack of experience and calmness by just using basic calming techniques, right? Just like being in a terrifying situation with a woman or a terrifying situation in a fight, there's still some things that are going to allow you to remain calm physiologically, like breathing, trying to focus on a particular thing, trying to remember one or two things. Like when I tell guys go out and meet girls, keep 2 or 3 things in mind that you want to improve. And so you're like, okay, I'm gonna work on my eye contact today. I'm gonna work on my body language. I'm gonna work on my walk. And when you're focused on these things, it's gonna allow you to distract yourself from the nervousness and the panic-inducing experience of her beauty. So calibrate your behaviors physically in terms of the 5 senses, and then slowly work on this, because this is not gonna be able to get hacked in just one day. And anyone who tells you otherwise is a fucking liar. But this can be much more easily manipulated because it's kind of one-dimensional. But you're not gonna be able to hide some of your micro-expressions and body languages. Usually the truth is gonna come out, but you don't have to be perfect to get these girls. You just have to be better than, well, 95 to 99% of the other men, which actually isn't that difficult if you're willing to put in the work. So, yeah. Don't be afraid of being panicked around women because it's inevitable, and the only way to not panic around women is to panic around them enough that you no longer panic. It's that fucking simple. But don't lose your excitement. Girls are beautiful, right? We shouldn't be in this if we're not gonna be excited anymore. That's the only fun of it. It's like, wow, that girl's really beautiful. Hi, how are you? And you say it with a little bit of nervousness, but that nervousness is also very sincere and genuine, and she appreciates your sincere affection, and it comes through really well. I actually just talked to a fucking gorgeous woman before I came here, and I was admittedly a little bit nervous. And I was just like, hi, you're really beautiful. I was walking and I saw you, and she's like, but I have a backpack on. How did you see how beautiful I was? Because I came from the back. And I was like, oh, well, I actually drove by with the Uber, got out, was gonna go to my friend's house, and then, you know, I got out. She's like, oh, okay. But when she said that, I was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And then I had to explain myself. So for a second, I got kind of nervous, but then I was like, oh, okay, let me further explain my situation. And then she went, oh, okay. And then we kept talking. And I was like, hey, you know, maybe we could grab I don't know, coffee sometime, or drink sometime. And she was like, yeah, maybe, yeah, cool. And I said, okay, cool. Let me grab your Instagram, da-da-da, add her to them. And then I was looking at her pictures, I'm like, fuck, she's so beautiful. But I still executed, right? Now, would it have gone 5% better, 10% better if I had been a little bit more stationary? I kind of noticed I was looking around a little bit. Yeah, I need to work on that. I'm always in progress. I'm always improving myself. But through experience of talking to women just as beautiful as her. Now, she's definitely in the top 1% of the 1%. Like, this girl's a fucking 9, 9.5, and 10 in some books. Like, stunning. But because I've had experience with girls that beautiful, I still have a little bit of nervousness, but I know how to override it because I've done it so much. Okay? Cool. That's Hector Castillo. This is Hector Castillo. Girlchase.com. That's Hector Castillo. That's Hector Castillo. You're Poppy. I'm Poppy. We're all Poppy. Okay. Follow me on Poppy Castillo Instagram. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Remember to check out One Date for a good process to get these beautiful girls, because the mind is hard to hack, but if you just get a process that you can focus on, then the mind gets distracted and you just do the right things, and then the mind eventually catches up, and then you fully understand what it is you're doing and can control your mind and your body and seduce much more better. Okay. Ciao. Bye.